Hi, I'm Cara Lonsdale, and I'm a real estate broker located in Scottsdale, Arizona. And this is Cara's Corner, where I answer your general real estate questions or specific questions to the market in the greater Phoenix area of Arizona. Today, I have a few questions that involve commission. So I thought I would kind of hit them one by one to kind of get this broad commission question answered. The first one is, can you explain the commission process for buying and selling homes? Who is responsible for paying the realtor's fees and what is the average cost? Okay, so this is the first thing you need to know. Real estate commission is negotiated. Okay, it's negotiated between the buyer and the buyer's agent, the seller and the seller's agent, and then can be used in negotiations between the buyer and the seller. So this is a totally negotiated thing, commission. Okay, so let's take this into a practical example. You're a buyer and you negotiate with your buyer's agent to get a certain amount for the commission. You are responsible for paying your agent the amount that you've negotiated. Now, this can be done a couple of different ways. You can pay this as you do any other closing cost at the close of escrow. Or you can choose what is a common practice to negotiate this with the seller as a concession. It's to be treated like any other concession, like closing costs, buying down your interest rate, paying for specific things in lieu of repairs. Any of those are concessions. And your real estate agent commission is also a concession that you can ask for at the closing. There may also be an opportunity for you to build this into the loan. Now, this has to be approved by the lender. When you go to be pre-qualified for your loan, you can ask the lender, can I build the real estate commission that I'm going to owe my agent into the loan or into the price of this home? And that will be up to the lender to determine if they will allow it and what the process is for doing that. So that's the answer to that question. As far as the seller side goes, it's just a deduction from the net. It's a little bit more simple in that way, where the seller is not necessarily coming out of pocket unless there is a waiver or an upfront cost that's negotiated. But the seller will be negotiating with the listing agent to market and represent them through that listing period and to the successful closing of a sale of the property, at which point they will owe a real estate commission, which is most commonly just deducted from their net at the closing. Now, there is rare occasion if the seller is in, let's say, a short sale or where they are not netting anything or they're having to come to the table and pay to close on a deal, which has happened. In this instance, then they would have to negotiate how they're going to pay their agent. Are they paying that at the close of escrow? Are they paying that installments prior? Or however that's going to work, and how those payments are going to get to the employing broker and distributed to, that agent for their representation. So good question. A lot of different spokes on this wheel. And so this is just one of them. I want to talk to you about a couple of others. So let's dive into those.